Hi, everybody. If you don't know who I am, I'm not Todd Burster. I'm Sue McGeown, one of the members here at North Branch Church. Todd asked some of us if we would help out with some of his video devotionals, and I on Monday nights do a Bible study at the church usually. We've been doing one of my favorite subjects, which are personalities of the Bible. And I was trying to do videos for them, so this is kind of a good combination of both. I'll be here Monday and Wednesdays, and I'm going to try to adhere to Todd's 5-minute limit, but it might be difficult. One of my favorite things about studying Bible personalities is I like to try to connect the then with the now. How can I apply things that happened so long ago with here and me today? I mean, if you can't do that, then it's very hard to connect the lessons. So I got thinking, was there anybody in the Bible who had to practice social distancing? You know, that 6 feet we're supposed to keep from each other for safety's sake. And I thought of somebody. It's a woman we've just recently studied, and her name was Esther. Now, if you read the story of Esther, you'll discover that the reason why she had to practice social distancing was completely different from why we have to practice social distancing. But she was taken away from all of her family and people that she knew, and she was put in a harem for over a full year, in which she had to deal with new situations and new people and new customs. And she was young and she was by herself, and I think she probably was very frightened. And it must have been very difficult for her to be away from everything that's normally familiar and kind of a prisoner, where she couldn't go out and do what she normally did. And then things got worse. If you know the story of Esther, and if you don't, you really should read it. It's a book of the Bible, not too long. She discovers that the bad guy of the story has made grand plans to have everybody that's like her, meaning Jewish, to be killed. And I think probably at that point, it probably pushed her over the edge. And she sends a message to her cousin. And the message is pretty much, what should we do? Okay, I'm here in the palace, and okay, the king really likes me enough to make me queen, but I don't have very many rights at all, and what are we going to do? And I wonder if she just wanted some words of comfort from her cousin Mordecai. And if you read what he said, he doesn't send them to her. He doesn't send them to her at all. In fact, this is what he says. Don't think for a moment that because you're in the palace, you will escape when all the other Jews are killed. If you keep quiet at a time like this, deliverance and relief for the Jews will arise from some other place, but you and your relatives, which has to include Uncle Mordecai, Cousin Mordecai, would die. And then here's my favorite line. Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for just such a time as this? When you think about that, you can look at yourself right now and think, maybe your whole life has been preparing for this moment. What's God got planned for you right now? If you know the story of Esther, she doesn't right away jump up and, off she goes. In fact, she does a very wise thing. She prays for 3 days. And she has everybody around her pray. And she has all of her people pray. So she uses social media of the Old Testament kind. And she prays for, I'm sure, wisdom, guidance, peace. And in the end, she makes some really good choices that transform herself as well as all the people that she cares and loves. So as you're sitting home, hopefully, doing what you're supposed to with the social distancing, don't for a minute think that you're any less important or consequential than Esther. And who knows just what God was planning for you to be doing at such a time as this. Who can you reach out to? Whether it's for support, whether it's to comfort, whether it's for encouragement, whether it's for advice. Make use of the tools and the facilities that you have: internet, phone, text, email, handwritten letters. And be an influence, even in this social distance. God needs us all. Thanks. I'll see you on Wednesday.